Hasta la vista, baby.
No bar, no pinball machines, no bowling alleys, just pool. Nothing else.
Hello, good evening. Welcome back to VP4 TV. And we're back for another match in this year's VP4 2023 Virtual 9-Ball World Championships. And we have a round 2 match tonight between Bedhead from Sweden and Josemacuen from Spain. And that's about to go in about 3 or 4 minutes' time. Now, earlier today, I don't know whether I've got the bracket up. Yeah, we do. Earlier today, we had a match. Earlier this morning, I think it was about 7 a.m. my time, and I'm trying to find it in the bracket. Probably can't find it. I'll sit here staring, looking at it, and I won't be able to see it. There it is. That match went ahead earlier this morning between Snake Eyes and Quagmire, and Quagmire got through in a final rack decider, so that looked as if it went close all the way, obviously. So well done to Quagmire. The bad news for him is he's through to play Larry in round 2. Now we still have, I think, certainly at least one outstanding match that has to be arranged yet, and they've got another 3 or 4 days to get it sorted out. That's one between Mr. Fox and Interchange X, the round 1 match. Looking down, we've got another one between Chiku and Ice Age, still to be arranged, a round 1 match. And I think that might be about it. And we've already got a couple of players through to round 3. In fact, there is a first round match to get played that has been arranged. That's the one between Tommy and Nick. That's the one that I'm just wondering whether it actually will go ahead. I'm hedging my bets and say it probably won't. I don't know whether Nick is certainly not somebody I've seen around, so I don't know whether they're aware of the setup for these NRT matches, but obviously the match was arranged, so he's at least got that part right. Now he just has to show up. So already through to round 3, One Pocket Slim. This match room will begin up in a second, and also LS3 into round 3. The match between Mr. Fox and Interchange X, the winner of that, if it does go ahead, will play Cobra. Rosine is through in a final rack decider against Grey Slate. And I think that pretty much covers it. All the other second round matches are still to be arranged. We've got Mr. Bill and Albinario, that's a week on Friday, I believe. And then, of course, the match tonight. So we get ready for the room going up. Both players are here, not a problem with these two players showing up. Bedhead is lying down there in away mode. Jose has been getting a bit of practice, but he's now out ready for the room showing up. And the room is up. I've got the cloth at the right colour. And we will have the lag for the break. So both players are in. We've got Bedhead on the right hand side of the screen. Bedhead the strong favourite for this. But don't forget though, Bedhead scraped through the first round against Shibo in a final rack decider, so Bedhead won't want anything like that tonight again. I don't think his nerves will be able to stand it. So Jose has won the lag. He breaks off, and like many of them, it looks dry. Well, Bedhead can he can certainly try bumping the 1 ball onto the rail and coming out and chipping the 3 ball in. He can try that. Certainly the 1 ball's not going to pot. But that's what he's trying. Now he needs to get lucky with the 1 ball. But at that pace, it was never going to get out of there. So Bedhead can use the 2 ball as a stopper and get this cue ball down the table. Try and put Jose in trouble, and he has done. Now Jose out with the jump stick. There's a fair distance to try and go over that 8 ball. Good evening, welcome to Cobra. You're the only one in the building. There's nobody else here but you and me. Excuse me. Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say. Wee Jimmy has gone, which was a bit of a surprise. So there'll be a few upset people in the SNP. I haven't looked at the news apart. I watched the live statement that she made this morning, but I haven't watched the news after that. So now all we'll have up here is a debate as to who's going to be. I don't even know who second in command is in the SNP. That they'll have an election to see who the leader's going to be. So Bedhead, the first good opportunity now to try and take this rack out. He's got to get the pace right in this. This cue ball doesn't want to leak away off the 2 ball. He's got to get the 2 ball to the pocket though, that's the problem. And if he comes down the table, he could run into trouble here. Well, he's going to come down the table, but if he doesn't get the pace right, he's looking for a bump and avoiding hitting something. And again, can consider himself fortunate that he hasn't left anything easy for Jose. He's got Jose hooked. Again, Jose resorting to the jump stick. This is a bit easier to go over the 7 ball, but I think he's got to try and either bank this 2 down onto the 6. But above all, you've got to keep the cue ball on the table. So Bedhead now has his second attempt now with ball in hand and should be out. Looking to play the pot in the 2, not the combo in the 9. Well, at least I think that's the plan. I think his main concern is just the pace that he's putting in the cue ball to get nice on this 4 ball. And that should be fine. Simple enough combo in the 5-6. And it will be first blood to Bedhead. Well, that was a bit strange, wasn't it? He's played the little billiard off the 5 onto the 6, and this is no gimme. I'm surprised he didn't play the combo. I mean, he's now got to get behind that 8 ball to see the 7, and he has done. But I'll tell you something, he's got some weird ways of seeing something. I mean, the simple thing was just playing the little combo. And now we've got that little lag again. Well, he's finally going to get out in this first rack, I think. Welcome to Chimpy. Let's see where Bedhead's breaking from. He's going from the extreme top right hand corner of the break box. Successful with the break. The 3 ball's gone, the 5 ball's gone. The 1 ball does go. 2 balls wide open and it should be 2-0. Yeah, I've had three solid nights sleep now. My chest is cleared out pretty much. I think my throat's a little bit rough, but I think that's from all the coughing more than anything else. My ribs were sore with all the coughing I was doing at night, but other than that, I'm 90% recovered. Just left himself a bit short in that 6th ball. Now he's got a problem. It's always so much easier if you get right on the mark, and he's just the wrong side, and that's why it's caused a problem. Now Jose needs to cut this 6 ball in, because if he's going to jump, which he'll have to, he can't go straight at it because he'll just probably follow it in or bounce off the table. He's still got a chance that he might bounce off the table when he hits this half ball. And then the problem is he's going to have a shot in the 7. Well, let's have a look. He's got to take this into the side. Just nice and gentle. Stop the cue ball leaking away too far. Cue ball wants to go this direction, but he's got to watch the pace. Now he should just hit this plain ball and let it run, I think. I don't think he's going to hit the 9. So Jose has responded, given the opportunity. Squares the match. And I'm actually missing my dinner for this because I came in an hour or so ago just to have a quick look at the bracket to see if anything had been arranged, and found out this had been arranged. But I came in prior to intending to go to get my dinner arranged, and that's now been changed. So to cut a long story short, I'm starving. And Jose scratched in the break, I believe there. I wasn't paying attention. So Bedhead now, again, if there's a slight problem, I mean, it's not even anything major, it's just where the 5 ball is. But he shouldn't have any problem dealing with that. He does really want to get probably as straight as he can on this 5 ball. Just draw back and try and get it nice and straight. Well, that's not bad, but he needs to bump off the 9 so that he's not hooking himself behind the 7 here. I don't know whether he'll use the 9. Yeah, he's avoided it. Welcome to Bill. So we're going for the 7-9 combo, which is unmissable. So Bedhead's plan is sticking with the top right hand corner of the box. But the break is dry. And Jose has the bank option on the 1 ball. And he has to be lucky that he's going to find the gap if he does bank this where he can see the 2 ball. And he's got away with it. Now, anybody who's ambitious could try the billiard off the 1 onto the 2 just for the sake of potting the 2. The chances are you're not going to be very good on the 1 ball if you do it anyway, but the billiard onto the 2 is there. That's what he tried. And Jose, with opportunities like this, again, it's stating the obvious. Jose has to try and take as many of these chances as he can. He needs to bump past the 4. I think he's okay. Now I would just go forward and around the rails and out. You need to get out a bit more than that, though, Jose. You need to get out a bit more than that. Well, he's on the 3 ball, pretty much on top of it. Now he's got to think about how he's going to get to the 4. This isn't great. He needs to watch he doesn't draw into the side pocket here the way he's going. That's fine. Now there's a name I don't recognise. MJ Torres. Who's that in VP4? Good evening. Welcome to VP4 TV. Welcome to Tommy. Well, this is an important rack for Jose to run the table, because it always sends out the message to players like Bedhead that you're not going to be a mug and just start gifting things away here. Now that was too much top spin, not enough English. That shot, I think he needed to get the English on that to fire it around the corner and get it out into the table. He's left himself the Bedhead cut. And this will be a fail if he can't get this done. So the technique is going to be the letdown there for Jose. And he's going to do a 2-1 here, I think, as well. He's fine. He's not going to scratch. Well, that's well done at the end of it, but as I say, that shot he played there in the bottom right hand corner here as we look, he had too much top and not enough English to get that cue ball to juice up around whatever angle he had. But he got there. And he's got the 6 ball in the break. He's got a shot in the 1. It's going to be a little tricky just to drop the pace right through in this 2 ball, because he wants to be playing the 3-5 combo as straight as he can, where the 3 ball isn't going to that short rail in the top. And if he can hit this 3 ball onto the 5 full in the face, dead weight, then he'll keep the 3 ball in play. Oh, you're a Jose supporter. Now he needs to be gentle. And that's well done. It almost tried to get away onto the rail, but he's fine. Now, what do you do here? Do you start running the cue ball around 2 rails and out into the table, or do you just dink it in? He's going to no man's land here. Well, I think he's got to take it into the side. I much prefer the shot into the side. The only problem with that, I think, is he's stuck to the rail and he's limited by what he can get into the cue ball. I think he's going for the corner though, and that was well done. Now it needs to keep running so it opens up the angle. It's still a testy one in the 7 ball, but he's bound to be on the 8 ball. He just has to hit this plain ball and let the cue ball run, and don't hook himself behind the 9. And that was well controlled. And as long as Jose can cut out any numptiness and keep that down to a minimum, he knows how to pot balls. And he's gone into the lead. 3 racks to 2. Oh, this could be a quick rack. This could be very quick. The break is dry, but look at the 1-9 combo into the side. I mean, this is Bedhead's going to line this up well, and it's going to be 3-all within a matter of seconds here. That's how quick 9 ball can be. As quick as a blink of an eye, and it's 3 racks apiece. Bedhead still sticking with the break on the right hand side, and I think that his last break he's come up dry as well. Now Jose doesn't want to go over ambitious here. I mean, there is a crazy shot to try a combo in the 9, but it's tight to put that one into the side. He's got to get the cue ball out into the table. He could end up hooked behind the 6 and 8 here if he hits this too hard. And in the end, he's done neither. I don't think he was all that convinced and brave enough to really go for the shot. That's what you've got to do. You've got to play the shot. Okay, you might end up looking like an umpty, but you've got to play the right shot. He was trying to be too gentle. The Bedhead has to try and avoid bumping into the 3 if he can. I don't know whether that's going to be that possible with the amount of angle he has in this 2 ball. Yeah, he's fine. Well, I'm looking for the problem here. And I suppose the problem's right now, it's getting on the 4 ball decent. Now, if he goes up the right-hand side, the 7 ball could come into play. The cue ball wants to go up the right-hand side, but the danger is the 7 ball. That's the one thing that's worrying him here. And he doesn't want to leave himself too short on the 4 ball where he's having to cut it back into the corner, into the side pocket. And he's, well, a little chip off the knuckle there, but that'll work. It was the only main concern with the shot was that 7 ball interfering with the cue ball. Just give me a quick second. Again, I just did a quick look in Discord there. So, no sign of Steve, so I presume he's got no intention of joining in. If he does, he can let us know. Football's on tonight, isn't it? The Is it the last 16? Round of 16 in the Champions League? Chelsea playing, I think, at 8 o'clock. I'll find a good stream for that once this match is over. So Bedhead going to go back into the lead. Oh, Arsenal, Man City. Aye, but that isn't the Champions League, is it? Is that not the Premiership? Aye, that's the Premiership, isn't it? Is Arsenal? I mean, I haven't paid any attention whatsoever to what's happening in the Premiership, but is Arsenal still at the top of the league? And where's Man City? Are they in second place? Top of the table battle, is it? We'll check. I take it it's on Sky and it's not on BT Sport, because I've got BT Sport free my phone. Who the hell is it? I can watch the Champions League on my phone, no problem. Where the hell's BT Sport thing in my phone? There it is. Let's have a quick look and check. Let's see what the schedule is. Well, I've got the Champions League. Borussia. In fact, I don't need to find a stream. I can watch it on my phone. I forgot all about that. I've got the Champions League matches on my phone. Yeah, Club Bruges against Benfica, and then you've got Dortmund against Chelsea. Well, any German team, Borussia Dortmund are not numpties. So Bedhead hampered right over the 4 ball. I think he's just looking for some sort of cover one way or another if he can get it, because this is not easy. Arsenal go 6 in front with a game in hand. Oh dear. I mean, when was the last time has Arsenal actually won a Premiership title? I mean, they won the First Division title when it was the First Division years and years ago, didn't they? But I don't. What was it? What's his name? Did Wenger win the title with them at any time? I can't remember. It must have been 20 years ago since they won it. Well, Bedhead will settle for that. Well, that's not got the legs, I don't think. Two ball goes past the 5, no problem. So, for the first time in the match, we're going to have daylight between these two players. Well, this is still... He's still got to get on the spot for this 7 ball, though. He can draw back up to the right side pocket here, I mean, or go forward and go up the right hand side. And that'll do fine. Well, that's all resulted from the... Well, no sooner have I said that'll do fine there, he's got himself tweaked on the 9 ball, and it's an absolute gift for Jose. Oh dear. And that's the type of stuff you've got to cut out in this tournament. We should have had a 2-rack gap. It was an odds-on certainty. And Bedhead left himself a little tester on the 9 ball, and he wasn't up to the job. So Jose squares the match, 2 ball in the break. Well, the 1 ball does go. Now, well, where the cue ball's going will do nicely. It caught the 5. And this is, it's a bit close for the jump stick. Bedhead looking to kick. Well, the major problem in this rack is the 5 ball. 5 balls on the rail, blocked by the 6 ball. And the chances are that unless Jose decides to go up the table off this 4 ball and try and play the combo down the rail in the 5-6, the chances are that Bedhead might have another go here. Straight away, Jose has a problem in avoiding the 9 ball. And the angle he's got in the 3 is not great for that, because the cue ball does want to go to the rail, and he's, well, that'll solve that problem. Got the, I mean, he definitely was going to hit the 9, but the bonus was the 9 ball going in. Well, a minute ago, Bedhead should have been 4 racks to 2 up. Now he finds himself 5-4 behind. And the 1 ball has gone in the break. Thin cut into the side. Now let's see how thin this needs to be. Well, he's going into the corner when he's trying to get in the corner to hold for the 3. And again, he's got a roll of the ball, but he may well be in trouble in a second. Well, as expected, Bedhead's put Jose behind the 4. Now this is, I mean, he's going for the jump, and again this is dangerous because he's so close to the 2 ball and the rail. It's an easy kick to hit the 2, and you never know. You know, and again he's played the combo. What a shot!
Let's watch the replay of that last shot.
Well, there's a bonus. Brave, but he got the reward. This time, it's one of them. I think that's Jose's second scratch in the break. Bedhead under a wee bit of pressure here early on. He's got ball in hand, and he's got a table that he has to find a way out, and the problem's down here at the bottom with the 3 ball and the 8 ball. Now obviously the 3 and the 8 are a combo, but he's got to get the right angle in that 2-ball up the table to come back down for this 3-8 combo. I can't believe he's going to try and get the short side, although he does have a path. He might be too straight in the 2 though. Yes, he's bolt straight pretty much. There's an angle he can use. He might still be able to get in the short side of this 3 if he wants to try it. Well, he's got the spin working, but he's gone way too far. And this is not an easy shot. And he's not got enough room to try and play any sort of billiard either. It's no good for that. And that was well done. Now, once again, he wants to get as straight as he can in this 4-ball, because that means the cue ball's travelling less miles. He just wants to be rolling through onto the 5. See, now he's slightly inside the 4, so he's got to stun across past the 5 unless he wants to just run through and try and still have a shot into the right-hand side pocket, but he can stun the 4 in. But I think a lot of players are still scared of stunning this ball and rattling in the jaws. But he looks as if he's playing it. Well, he's stunned it too much. He's left it awkward again. It's one of these ones again. I'll have a quick drink. And just because he's not straighter on the 6-ball, it just leaves him more work to be doing with the cue ball. But he's held it well. Well, there's not an awful lot you want to risk here other than pot the 7 and just come back across into the right-hand side of the table or stay over the left, one of the 2, and try and leave yourself as straight a shot as you can. So, back to within 1. Welcome to Bankster. Good evening or good afternoon, depending where you are. Well, again, we're going to have a fairly quick rack here, I would think. First of all, Bedhead's potted a 2-ball in the break. He's got a 1-5 combo. But if you look at where the 4-ball is and the 9-ball, it's not set. Well, I don't know what Bedhead tried there. That's strange. That's got me a bit confused. I thought he was playing the combo. In the end, I'm not sure what he played. But either way, he's not covered the 1-ball. And Jose has got to be looking at this 4-9 combo. Now, if you pot the 3-ball and come across, there's the gap there to get between the 4 and the 7. Well, I mean, that clip in the knuckle hasn't really spoiled it a great deal. I mean, he just has to play this pocket weight. He's got to get the line right, though, because the 9-ball's a wee bit further out, and that's fine. And the weight of the shot was what took it into the hole. So the lead goes back to 2. Well, that is weird what Bedhead was doing there. Maybe one of you guys knows what he was trying, because it was all set up for a 1-5 combo to start them off. But whatever he had in mind, it certainly didn't work. And that was well done by Jose. The punishment has been administered. He's had the 3-ball in the break. And now he needs to duck for cover here. The 2 ball is a stopper now, and he's a bit of right English, not too much. He might have he needs to watch how much he's putting on it, and he's got it wrong, you see. And you just want to chip that with enough English just to help the cue ball on its way. He put a bit too much on it, and then of course at that pace the cue ball's squirting and he hasn't got the right allowance for that deflection, and he's mucked up the shot. And it's little technical things like that that you've got to keep all of those errors at a minimum if you're going to stay in this match and stop giving racks away because of it. Well, Bedhead's target now. Well, I don't know that that's the best position in the world. I mean, the 6 ball does go. But again, he's just got to dink this in and probably leave the cue ball more or less where it is, if he can. Yeah. Now, let's have a look. He's got an angle just to leave the 8 ball long. He was looking to... Again, he's come up to play the combo. Well, I can't say I'd have been doing that to play the combo. It was just as simple to drop over here and roll the 8 ball up table. He's going to look a numpty if he makes a muck of it, but he's got it. So, trail number 1, breaking from the same spot each time. Oh, the cue ball thought seriously about getting in the side pocket. He's got the 7 ball in the break, and he's not got anything doing on this 1 ball. But he's got, well, he's playing the push out, but he's really trying to drop behind. In fact, I'm surprised he's calling the push. Why doesn't he just play the safety off the 1 ball and drop behind the 2 and 4? Again, another strange choice there as far as I'm concerned, because he had enough of the 1 ball to come off the 1 and drop behind the 2, the 4 and the 9 for cover. And Jose can do that. He can just feather the 1 to the rail and get a wee bit of spin in the cue ball. He's got to get the pace right though. Well, he's past it. He's given it back to Bedhead, I notice. Well, Bedhead's trying to go the other way, and there might be just enough of this 1 ball showing here. There's just enough now. Jose can put Bedhead in trouble here. Just enough to catch that 1 ball. He's got it too heavy. Well, Bedhead now. He's not any further away than he was when he was shoot previously. Is he going to get the jump stick out this time? Because he's jumping over the edge of the 3 ball, not the full 3 ball. And no clue as to whether he's going to have a shot in the 2. Well, I think he was just trying to, bank that 1 ball up the table and get distance and try and get cover behind the line of balls, but he hasn't managed it. Now, the 2 ball goes through the gap, obviously, with the 4 and 9. That 8 ball might come into play here. Jose needs to be careful of that. And he used all of the pocket. Well, he's just brushed the 8, but at least he can see the 2. Now, this is the one that will decide the rack, I think. If he can pull this off, It's not an easy shot. He's got to play it the right weight though. He doesn't want to let the cue ball run away. You see, that's the problem, is that the weight of shot, you've got to be a bit more delicate than you think. Now he's got a problem, and I think he's got to maybe take a risk and bump this 5 and hope he gets a roll. Well, he's bumped to 5. He ain't got the roll though. Trying to pick his point in the rail and give this a good old blast. Oh, now if it stays there, that's put a problem for Bedhead, because the 4 ball doesn't bank. He's trying to get in behind the 6 ball, I think, here. Yeah. Didn't get there. Didn't get the cover. Now, if I was Jose, I'd be doubling this back up the table and going into the corner. He can see enough of the ball to do that, I think. I'd be just tweaking it with a wee bit of spin, but he's going the other way. He's playing the snooker safety, where you send one ball to one rail and one to the other. The problem with 9 ball is that you're setting up a bank, and Bedhead is probably not going to refuse this. That's always a risk you take in 9 ball, sending a ball to a rail. And Bedhead now has had a roll of the ball. Jose hooked, and I don't know that he can get to that ball from this side. He can't. That the side pocket's in the way, and the 8 ball's in the way of that. So he's got to miss the 6 ball. Again, he can try playing it at a controlled weight. Hope he rolls up behind something. But this time, it hasn't worked out. So we should be all square here in a minute. Well, again, this is not the best way to be controlling the cue ball at this sort of distance to get on this 9 ball. We've seen how crazy things get in this game. You know, if you're much closer to the 8 ball, you'll get much better control of the cue ball. And that's just going to hold the line. And we are back all square. 7 racks apiece. We've been on for 45 minutes. And I think Bedhead tried breaking from the left side there, didn't he? Quick look at that.
Let's watch a replay of that last shot.
Yes, he did. And he was successful. The 8 ball has gone. And the problem's immediate. The 1 ball is a cut. The cue ball's leaking away. I think he's trying to take some of this 5 ball and 2 ball at the same time. Or is he trying to be delicate? He's going to be delicate. But he's been too delicate. He was wanting to get that cue ball a bit here to play the combo. He can still have a go at it. And this time, the little bump with the two and the two ball and the cue ball there has set Jose up for a start. Now, in this situation, you've got to just study the table and, again, stating the obvious, have everything clear in your mind about where you're going next. Now, the simple shot's a little roll through for the 3 into the side because that takes you to the 4. But you see there, he's just left it short. You see that shot there, he should have been here. He's left it short and now he's leaking away. You want to be going towards the 4 ball, not going away from it. And now this one, he's got to go the 2 rails around the angles, back past the 6 and 7 onto the 5. And not picking the line for the pot. And again, that's a great chance for Jose gone. And these type of things are just giving encouragement to Bedhead. But as I said, that went wrong because he got short on the 3 ball. It sounds simple and it sounds basic, and it is. You've just got to get much better shape on that object ball so you're heading up towards the 4 ball and giving you better control of where you're sending the cue ball. And just for that reason, that's why he's ended up, he's probably going to lose this rack because of it. And it's subtle little things. I mean, when you've proved you can pot a ball, that's fine. If you've got a general idea of what you're doing with English, that's fine. But the more finer points of the game are getting that cue ball right on the spot for that next shot. Just merely potting a ball and having the cue ball in the open somewhere so you can see the other ball isn't good enough at this level. And to go deep in this tournament, you have to be getting the shape right. And it might be 2 or 3 inches difference in the shot, but it made all the difference for Jose there. Ended up with a much more tougher 7 ball, and that was his downfall. So, I think that's at least 3 in a row for Bedhead. He's now into the lead. Eight ball goes in, and this could be a very quick rack as well, because he's got a stone dead 1-9 combo that if it catches any of the 3 ball, it probably won't go in because it's very tight. In fact, it looks a lot tighter the more I look at it. He might be able to try and be creative and use the 3 ball to send the 9 in. Now, he blasted that so quick I never even got a chance to study it. And he's almost pretty much got away with it as well. Now, is Jose trying to tuck the 1 ball along the rail and go for distance here? Yeah, you've got to be hitting it a wee bit better than that, though. He just has it. He's got the 1 ball where he wants it, but he wanted that cue ball another foot up the table. But this is still a little testy thing with a touch on this 1 ball. And Bedhead has got it right. Not a problem in hitting the 1 ball. Now, if he puts a bit of right English on this and he doesn't scratch, he can kick the 1 ball up the table. The problem is kicking it and avoiding hitting something on the way up the table. He just needs to watch he doesn't come off the back of the 1 and scratch. Now that little kick onto the 9 will do very nicely indeed. And that's got Bedhead in trouble. He's got the hit. Jose is going to have a shot in the 1, but he's going to have bigger problems ahead if he does get the 1 ball. That 2 ball, well, it's tight to make the combo in the 3, isn't it? That's even if you can get the cue ball anywhere near the 2. Well, he could try. I think the easier shot is a billiard onto the 7 and knocking the 3 in off the 7 ball. You just then got to hope you get lucky in the 2 ball. Well, he's managed to get it, and the 2 ball's gone in.
Let's watch the replay of that last shot.
Problem now is he's got one of these nasty cutbacks on the 4 ball. And common sense has prevailed. The chance to put Bedhead in trouble. Could have done with been right tight on that 5 ball because he's got a wide open chance of possibly kicking this in. It would have been easier to kick it in if it was on the rail, I think. Now, can Jose hit this and avoid taking too much of this 6 ball? Because if he skims up the table, he could end up hooked behind the 9 here. Well, not a problem. He needs to watch the pace, and he's fine. Well, he wants to go forward and come up the table a bit. Get it straight as an arrow if he can. So this to square the match. Well, a couple of balls straight away and a 3rd ball into the corner. Well, Jose can certainly duck for cover here. He can try and skim up to the 2, but he hasn't got the cover. And he may well find himself in trouble as well. Let's have a look closer at that. Bedhead, I think, can push this onto the 2 ball and put the cue ball behind the 7 here. Yeah, and that was always going to be on the cards. Again, for maybe people who don't know, Jose is predominantly a snooker and English billiards player. He plays 9 ball when he can't get a game at any of the others. He's not a 9 ball player. So it's really only a bit of a pastime for Jose when he can't get a game of snooker or play English billiards with the guys that he normally plays with. But he's doing okay so far. He's staying in touch, which is the main objective. If you're not the favourite, your objective is to stay in touch as deep into the match as you can, because then it doesn't matter who you're playing. Then it gets to squeaky bum time. And you can guarantee that if this goes deep, Bedhead's the one that's feeling the pressure. Jose's got nothing to worry about. But Bedhead looking to, I think, nail him behind the 7 again and go for the 3 fouls. Now, is it tight enough that he's blocked off the angle? No, it isn't. See, that needed to be nailed onto that 7 where Jose couldn't get straight to the rail. Well, this is not going to be an easy out with the 6 ball and the 7 ball where they are. 2 balls up in the top rail. And it's all going to hinge on how good he gets on this 3 ball to be able to get to the 6 ball. This is no gimme, this rack. Let's have a quick look and see what that angle's like. He's up practically straight. I think he can draw back and avoid the 6. That's what he wants to do. Yeah. Well, this will be simple now because he's as straight as he could be. He can just drop it in, drop the 7 in, kill the cue ball, and he's on the 9. So he's made it look easy. So Bedhead from Sweden goes back into the lead. 9 racks to 8. Breaking off in rack number 18. The 6 ball is gone. No shot in the 1. And, well, if he fancies it, he may well have enough room to try jumping over the 5. Let's have a look. Well, Bill would have already jumped this and potted the 1, I can tell you that. And Bedhead's deciding to do the same thing because he's plenty of room to do it. Guaranteed to be on the 2. Now, this is a tester. How good can he get himself down onto this 3 ball? Look at where the 3 ball stuck. How's his luck? Pretty good. I think he can get enough of it, can he? He's putting a bit, maybe not, a wee bit of right English on it. But now he's going to have to play the bank. Unless he just wants to duck for cover. But the bank is good. You'd expect him to get this 9 times out of 10. And he's fairly decent on the 5 ball. He should be able to pot that, avoid the 9 ball, I think. Let's have a look. Yes, he's fine. Oh dear. But again, he's taking his eye off the pot. And it's another gift for Jose. So the mistakes are being made. And again, it's up to Jose to take full advantage of it. Get this match back all square. May have got himself too straight here. Yeah. Well, if he draws straight back and comes out into the table up here, he's still got a fairly straightforward cut. Needs to watch the side pocket. Well, there's a rack that Jose never thought he was going to win. We're back all square. Well, a couple of balls, I think, certainly in the break. The 3 and the 7 have gone. Now Jose can try sneaking in the back of the 5 and 8 ball. Well, he's certainly not left anything easy. He's left a possible bank. The cue ball's going to run into the 6 ball if he has a go at it, and the chances are he should have a shot in the 2. And that's worked out very nice. So it's going to be the 2, the 4, and then the 5-9 combo. That's what he's got to be playing for. I don't think he'll be doing anything else. And the only thing with that shot that Jose played is he didn't get any cover behind those balls in the top right hand corner. Had he got the cover and took away that bank option for Bedhead, it could have been a different story. But this has still got to be done. Now again, if he just gets the hit in this 9 wrong, it's going to hit the rail and stay over the pocket or up behind the 8 ball. And in it goes. Bedhead back to the right hand side. Ball in the break, 2 balls in the break. He's got a cut in the 1, and the 3 ball I think is still alive. That 7 ball just came down onto it, but he's got a shot in the 3. But once again, he has to get the top side of this 2 ball. He needs to keep running. Now that's created another big problem for him. He can drop this in the cut into the side. He's bound to be seeing the 3 ball. The cue ball's going to come over here somewhere. Good evening to Brainfill Out. You're late to the party. We kicked off an hour ago. Well, an hour and 5 minutes ago. But it looks like Bedhead. Well, I've said this previously in the match. It looks like Bedhead's going to open up a 2-rack gap, and then he's done something daft. But he should be fine here. So the lead is 2. It's 11 racks to 9. Is this going to be the time where Bedhead makes his move? And he can do that by running this table. The 9 ball and the 3 ball have gone down in the break. 9 ball comes back up. because we're playing spot money. If the 9 ball goes down in the break, the 9 ball comes back up and you stay at the table. But this would be, oh dear, it took a little catch in that left knuckle. Bedhead looking to open the gap, and Jose's just again overhit that slightly. He should be fine though, he just needs to dink it in and he's guaranteed to be on the 4. But a bit of pressure on Jose here, because he's now trailing by 2 and he needs to stay in touch. Problem is, the 5 ball I don't think goes on the left side. Well, it does go, there is room. So he has to have made his mind up where he is going, and that's the plan. But this cue ball's going to leak away. He needs to roll it in dead weight. And that'll do. Well, had that 1 ball dropped in, I think Bedhead went on to run the rack and open up that 3 rack gap. Well, Jose wants this as straight as he can in this 8 ball. And that'll do. He can send it into the far side of the pocket and use the angle just to get across and avoid the scratch and try and get as straight as he can in the 9. Well, that's well done. So say a wee bit of pressure on Jose just to do the business, given the opportunity, and he took it. Cue ball's going to scratch. Well, Jose, I think that's his 3rd scratch to break, and that's the problem with this break box break. You've got to get the touch right on that break. The cue ball can leak away left or right into either corner pocket. And look at where the 1 ball stuck. And again, so easy for these to catch that side pocket job. We saw that last night. This, well, that went flush, not a problem. Well, it's going to have to be the little billiard onto the 4. But how do you keep the 3 ball in play? Three ball doesn't go clean, so he's got to chip the edge of the 3, knock the 4 in, and hope he's still got a shot in the 3. And that isn't it. But once again, he's got a good bank option here, and should be able to get the cue ball around and out for the 4. Tell a lie, that's the 7 ball, isn't it, up there? I thought that was the 4. Against this blue cloth, it looked like the 4 ball to me. That's the 7 up top. Oh, he's left it short again. And it's another one of these that you don't want. Gets it clean. But once again, the cue ball's running away too far. And he's going to have to cut this to the far pocket, I think. I don't think he's cutting into this corner, is he? Well, he is. And he's overdone it. He's overdone it. And Jose, well, he's got a shot. But he's got to watch if he's cutting this into the far right corner. If he's just hitting a plain ball, he needs to watch where the cue ball's going. He's putting a bit of right English on it, which makes the shot more difficult. But he's trying to tweak the cue ball off the rail to stop it scratching. And that's well done. Well, the shot you play is you just stun the 8 ball in and bring the cue ball back out into the middle of the table for the 9 into this bottom right as we look. He's going, well, he's hung it, the stun on it. They'll still hang over the pocket, so no matter what the physics setup is. And that's a chance gone. And Bedhead, that's how difficult it is when the ball's in the pocket, trying to judge the draw away from it. And he's now left himself a toughie. And he's got it clean. That was well done as a recovery. So the gap goes to 2 again. And Bedhead trying to put a sequence together here to open up the gap. Well, he's got the 3 ball, the 7 and the 8 have gone. And he's not got a clean shot in the 1. It's going to have to be the jump. But this might be the main turning point in the match if Bedhead can get out here. Stretch that gap to 3. Well, got the jump. Didn't get the pot. Now Jose can bank this 1 back to the 6. And he can send the cue ball up towards the 9. Needs to miss the 5 ball though while he's going the other way. Now again, that is not good because he's leaving the bank option here for Bedhead, I think. And I don't think Bedhead will be able to resist it. And this isn't the shot I would have played, Jose. I would have sent that 9 ball, or the cue ball up to the 9 and sent the 1 ball back to the 6. But Bedhead has failed on the bank. And Jose has a chance that he has to take now. Bedhead just can't get away from him. That needs to get off the rail. Oh, I think he's fine. Just and no more. Well, this is just a dead weight. So there's only 1 in it again. Well, successful break, but no shot. 3 ball is gone. Jose hooked on the 1, looking to play the push. Well, again, I mean, the 8 ball is blocking the pocket. Bedhead can bank it into the other corner though, if he wants to have a go at it. 2 ball is over the other corner pocket. Chances are he's going to have some sort of shot, but he's looking to try and get distance. Well, Bedhead this time is, I think he's got to try and get in the gap between the 5 and 6 and head up table. Is he trying to come back behind the 4 again? No, he is trying to get up table. He hasn't quite got there, but he's got the cover. Again, an easy kick for Jose. No problem in hitting the 1. It's just how lucky he gets with where things end up. And it hasn't ended up great. But it's, well, the 1 ball cleanly goes past the 6. He's got half a pocket to work with. He shouldn't have an issue. Well, clearly he does have an issue. Did he spend enough time making sure in that shot? That was a bit sloppy. And Jose, again, an invitation to the party to square the match here. Well, got to find the gap between the 7 and the 8. Big wide open space to get that cue ball into. He's overcooked it, I think. He's overdone it. There you go. That's how things go wrong. As easy as that. Again, Jose is looking at the jump stick. I think that's a bit pointless. He's never going to make it over that 7 ball. And who am I to know? Well, that's unfortunate. I didn't think he could ever get over that set. What was it, the 7 ball or the 8 ball? I can't remember. But that positional shot there was a big wide gap to get that cue ball into it, and he overcooked it. And it's going to go to 2 racks again. Oh, it's probably about the 3rd time at this stage where Bedhead's trying to extend this gap, and he's tried on 2 occasions and failed. And I think each time he's had a ball on the break, at least one, he has done again. 3 ball is gone, but he's got no shot unless he wants to make the combo in the 1-6. You have to cut right across that 1 ball to make the 6. And he's going to have to hit it hard as well to get the 6 ball moving. It's got to be thin and hard if that's what he's looking at, because the 6 ball's nowhere near in line. But there's enough of a gap to try it. That's what he's lining up. Good evening to Lard. Welcome. I think in the end he didn't play it. He's just looking to try and get some sort of cover. Well, another chance for Jose to dig out the jump stick. This time the cue ball stays in the table. Now does the 2 pass the 7? Well, that's very tight. And it does go. And he's got a nice little angle on this 4 ball. He's top side of the 4, so he's got the angle to get the cue ball out. Again, it's all about the pace. Now, does he come down below the 5? Now, he's just trying to hold it into the table. And that's a better shot. Well, this is vital that Jose puts this away again. Every rack is vital now. Oh dear. But no sooner have I said that than those little careless ones. That one's crept in, and that'll cost him, because it could well be a 3 rack gap now, and that is unforgivable. In a bit of a hurry to get things done there, Jose, and it's costing him. And it'll cost him even dear. Oh, goodness me. Unbelievable.
Let's watch a replay of that last shot.
I mean, what's Bedhead trying to do? Has that gone past the side pocket? More to the point. I think it has. And Bedhead's got away with it. And there's no way Jose is cutting that down the rail without scratching. He's going to have to try and kick at it. Well, that's not going to go in, is it? No. Well, it did everything but go in. And Bedhead's going to escape here, I think. Well, Jose's had these little chances at the vital times here in this match, and this is going to be a sore one, because Bedhead now, as I said earlier, he's had 2 goes at trying to stretch the lead when he's been 2 racks in front. He's now gone a bonus 3 racks in front, and now if he can break and run here, this will be maybe the significant part of the match now. It might have taken the sting out of Jose. And Bedhead's potted the 3 ball in the break. He's got the 1 and 2 very handy, the 4's in the open, and he's got to be out. And this is going to be painful. That mistake, that miss, that careless attempt at the pot by Jose is costing him severely here.
We Jimmy Cranky.
Welcome to Mark. Well, it was a bit of a surprise, but she made her statement saying why she wanted out, so that it's like a clean slate. But I think at the end of the day, I mean, obviously the SNP's their main agenda is to get independence for Scotland. The problem is there's not enough Scots go down that route. There were umpteen votes on it, and each time it's fell short of the mark. She's had a good go at it. But she can now go and sell her book and do whatever else they all do when they're out the leadership. She says she's going to stay in Parliament and all that sort of stuff. Well, this might ease whatever pressure is on Bedhead, stretching this lead, but it's been generously assisted by that effort by Jose. It's been an expensive error. Way too casual and careless when the table was at his mercy there, and it's cost him, what, 3 racks? What scared you, brain pull out? What did I miss?
Oh, Josemacuen. Is that what scared you? Fun, Dobby Lucy.
Well, it's now 15 racks to 11 to Bedhead, and he can only lose the match now, I think. Well, Jose, for the most part in this match, has been pretty solid. He's lost shape once or twice. He's took a lot of the chances he's had, but he's failed in a very important one that's cost him an awful lot, and in the end might cost him the match because of it. He's going to need a fair bit of assistance from Bedhead if Jose's going to get back into it. But not only that, even if Jose does get 2 or 3 opportunities, the other important thing is you have to put them away, and it's a question of whether Jose can do that, even if he's given that chance. Because now Jose's at a point where he's running out of racks. Bedhead's only 4 away. Now, not a problem with the 3, not a problem with drawing back for the 4. The problem is how you get in the 5. Well, he stunned it to dink this 4 in and just come this side of the 5. You could actually drag the pace off this 4. He's just playing it dead weight. He's not going to interfere with the 9 and 8. Oh, does that voice freak you out? Why does it freak you out? Or I should say,
Why does it freak you out?
now, wouldn't it be good if I just commentated in a whole match like this? Well, this is another one of these testers. He's going to take some of this 9 ball, and who knows where it's going to end up. Oh, he's went for the bank. Oh, he might get lucky. Oh dear.
Let's watch the replay of that last
What
shot.
a jammy Swede. Well, that's exactly what you don't need when you're trailing before. You don't want that happening. And Bedhead now with a 5 rack lead. The fluke in the 8 ball. You're disturbed.
Well, I think it's a song. Let's see what. I can't do that voice instead.
That's one of my other voices. It's not quite like Nicola. Wicked Witch of the West.
I'll get you, my pretty, and your little dog too.
Or something like that. Margaret Hamilton was her name, Larry. Just for your information, because I'm a fountain of useless information and knowledge. Margaret Hamilton. You can Google it just to prove me right, but I know I'm right. Bedhead has got this match won now. All of these balls are there for the taking. And it's amazing how one careless, silly shot by Jose. I mean, he had a straight in shot in the ball. There wasn't a problem with it. He didn't apply it. He didn't concentrate on it, and he paid the price. And what a heavy price he's paid. He's been stuck in 11 racks now. He could have been pretty much back on level terms, and he's blown it big time. I used to have one of those Punch and Judy years and years ago. I had one of those Punch and Judy things that you put in your mouth to do Mr. Punch, because it vibrates in the roof of your mouth. I can't remember. It must have got it at a joke shop or something. I can't remember. But you used to put it in the roof of your mouth, and then you would get that sort of vibration that made Mr. Punch.
That's the way to do it.
That's the sort of voice you'd do, but it would vibrate. Well, Jose plays the cut in the 1, gets the bonus of the 8 ball, and he might be going for the bank in the 2 as well and just letting loose here, I think. No, he's trying for cover. Now, if Bedhead can clip the left side of that 2 and squat down beyond the 3 and try and use that 5 and 6, I don't know whether he's got much room to do that. It looks a bit tight, and he might catch the pocket. Now I think he was trying to pot it. Oh, remember them, Mark? You're definitely showing your age. You don't still get lucky bags anymore, do you? You would. I mean, our ice cream man that used to come, Alfredo. That way, he was naturally he was Italian, because everybody that sells ice cream up here is pretty much Italian origins. You don't get them now. Yeah, you used to get lucky bags. You say that to some kid now, they'll wonder what the hell you're talking about. You'd get a cone and you'd get a lucky bag. Well, Bedhead again trying the stun to get up for the 4. Played it well, got on the 4, but once again these pockets are proving that there isn't much given them when you get them at that pace. But Bedhead's got lucky. And Bedhead's getting that run of the ball at exactly the right time you want it. Well, I think he's got to try the Massey, Larry. He's got to do the Larry Massey around the 7 ball. And he's not brave enough to try it, but that's a shot he's got to try. It either works or it just goes completely wrong. Or it might even be that you hit the 3 and then you follow it in anyway. But I think he's got to try the Massey. He's got loads of room, but he's trying to pick the line off this short rail. And no joy. I've still got that. I've still got that video on my channel, Larry. If you want to go and watch it, the Larry Massey shot. Now Bedhead with ball in hand has got to get probably in the gap between the 9 and the 5. That looks like the line he's taken. And that looks like pretty good pace to me. Quick reminder for any latecomers, we had a match early this morning. It started at 7 AM. I had no intention of streaming it, and I didn't, because I was playing Cowboy at the time. I got 3 games of Cowboy doubles in this morning. And the match was going ahead between, who was it? What the hell's his name again? Snake Eyes and Grayslate, I think it was. I might be wrong. It definitely was Snake Eyes. And Grayslate won it in a final rack decider. So Bedhead now will be on the brink in the next minute or so. Who the hell was it that was playing? No, tell a lie, it was Quagmire. Quagmire that won it. Why did I think it was Grayslate? I don't know. Now, the only thing I'm thinking is that Snake Eyes would have turned up this morning, and I don't think Snake Eyes has been online at all since the last tournament. And he's probably turned up this morning, downloaded the updates, went into the match and thought, what the hell is all of this crap? You know, with the break box. I wonder if he had any clue that that was a setup. But anyway, Bedhead has run away in the end in this match. And, you know, if you watch this replay and get to like round about the 20th rack and then watch it from there, you just watch the miss that Jose makes, the mistake that he makes, and see how that changes the match completely. You know, he was hanging in there, he was 2 racks behind, he was 1 rack behind, Bedhead trying to get 3 in front, and then Jose has a wide open table and he makes a numpty pot attempt. Didn't take his time, didn't give it enough attention, and what a price he has paid because of it. It's cost him the match. The one big blunder that Jose's done in the whole match has cost him the match. That's how it is. That's the headline I would write about it. You know, his mistakes have been not too many. It's Bedhead that was making mistakes, and Jose was most of the time taking advantage of them and pinching the racks. But that'll be painful to watch if Jose watches this played back. Well, I think he should just cut his losses here, pot that 2 ball and run the 3 onto the 7. Well, he should have a quick look at the point of that pocket there. No, he's fine. Well, you can have a go at coming into the 9 ball here. I mean, I think at this stage of the match, I would have had a smack at getting into the 9 ball just to hold for the 6. But he's got to make sure he stays in the table and he doesn't go too far, and he's fine. You could always try and bump into that 9 to hold for the 6. So it's a consolation rack here for Jose if he can take this out. but it's probably just a matter of time now before Bedhead gets himself over the line. We'll have a quick look at the bracket and the schedule once this is over. So Jose trailing by 6, and again he's doing his best to try and scratch there. The brake is dry. I don't think the bank is on. Let me have a quick look. Yes, it is on, and I think Bedhead may well have a go at this. I don't know whether he can. No, he's looking at where the cue ball's going. He's probably running and bumping into the 5 or something. He's going the other way. He's heading for the long grass. Or is he? What exactly is he doing here? Is he trying to bank? No, he's trying to get cover. And that'll do it. Again, loads of room to give a kick onto this one ball off the rail. Past that 6 and 4. Jose's looking at the very, very thin edge of the one ball. Well, he used the 2 rails to get the kick, but he set it up over the hole. And I think Bedhead can get down onto the 2 and probably stay somewhere over here and leave the longer cut in the 3. I don't think he wants to do anything else that will impede with that 5 ball. I think we'll also have a quick look at the stats. I mean, there's been some matches played, and of course some people have played 2 matches. We can see if there's anything significant on the stats. Probably a bit too early to look at them, but we might as well. Well, he can draw out into the table and still have a decent enough shot in the 5 ball. Bedhead cut. So this match is an hour and 45 minutes old. It's not going to be much longer than that. Well, now he's got a little testy one. He's got a choice: cut it into the side or play it long into the bottom left corner. And now he's got a nice little angle just to drag off this 7 ball and stun it up the table. I mean, you dig into the cue ball, get the draw on it, and just come up the rail. So Bedhead survives what could have been a much closer match had that ball gone in for Jose. But it was a heavy, heavy price he's paid because of it. And Bedhead is through. So Bedhead has survived into round 3, and Bedhead now, unfortunately for him, is going to come up against either Bill or Albinario, and their match goes ahead a week on Friday. If we go to the main page, we can see the other matches that are set. Now, this is the one that I said last night might not go ahead. Has anybody ever seen this Nick guy in the lobby? I don't think I've ever seen him, and I don't think he'll show. He did enough to be able to get the match confirmed, but will he know that the room's going to go up and whatever? I don't know. We'll find out. But that match with Tommy and Nick is due to go at 7 p.m. GMT, 2 p.m. Eastern on Friday. We've got Sergeresh and Mooncake in the one loss side. That's set for Sunday at 7 p.m. We've got Linus and Viking on the one loss side. That's Monday at 7 p.m. And then that match was talking about with Bill and Albinario. Now, we'll go and have a look at the stats. And now, what do we want to look at? Break stats. Common stats. No, that was the wrong thing. That's the one I wanted. Right. Rack's run. Spectre Don, who's only played one match, hasn't he? Am I right? That's pretty good. Pretty good reading. He's had 10 racks run, 18 Moneyball shot, and 18 have gone in. So he's 100% there. Bill, 7 racks run. Racks high run is 2. 17 Moneyball shot, 17 gone in. So out of all of them, and if you look and look at Bedhead, Rack's high run is 9, but he's now played 2 matches. His Rack's high run is 3. 34 Moneyball shot, 33's gone in. Break stats. LS3 has had 38 breaks. Now, of course, she's played 2 matches. Run-outs in the break, 5. No money balls in the break, of course, because spot money's on. Break percentage, 60%. Bedhead, Rosin, he's at, look at the average balls made though. LS3 and 0.9, let's have a look and see. You've got Shibo, who's on 1.3, of course, that was the final rack decider he played with Bedhead in that first round match. And Shibo's average balls in the break 1.3, which is pretty good. Bill's 1.2, Bedhead's 1.1, Mooncake 1.17, Sergeresh 1.0, Lochstar 1.0, and then it tails off. But interestingly, you know, Spectre Dawn, he's over 1 on the break. Has Spectre Dawn played more than 1 match? Have I just got it wrong? Popman, well, there's the difference there. Popman, I think it was it Rosin that beat him? He's only 0.8. One Pocket Slim, he's struggling with the break. He needs to maybe work something out different. He's only in 0.7. Lard in 0.6. And Billy Big Rigger down there in 0.2. So you can see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 who are over 1 ball in the break. I think that pretty much covers it. Right, so that is it as far as matches tonight are concerned. I'm going to go away and get something to eat. Thanks everybody for watching. And I will see you again soon. So take care and good evening.
Oh dear, how sad, never mind.
Hasta la vista, baby.
What we've got here is failure to communicate. Some men you just can't reach.